Is homosexual sex correct sex or incorrect sex? Answer this question. Please don't give me some emotional, evasive answer.
Oh, you want an answer? Well, okay, here's your answer. Neither. It's a trick question. There's no such thing as correct or incorrect sex. It's only a matter of subjectivity, and your subjectivity at that, that homosexual sex is incorrect.
Yes or no? Correct or incorrect? Is homosexual sex correct sex? Is it correct to place your penis in the anus of a man? Was that the intention of the penis or the intention of the anus? And if it is, present proof to me that it is.
Refer to list of animals that engage in homosexual activity in nature.
And I'm open to listen. And when I say proof, I'm not talking about some subjective idea that the prostate gland is in the anus and it's there, I guess, to derive some pleasure for during sex, because there are several other things that would lead us in the direction that that is not the case. The fact that there's bacteria-filled feces also in the anus that you must brave in order to get to the prostate.
Well, that's a new argument I haven't heard from you before. But I guess it's true what they say. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Just like the rest of your arguments, or at least a majority of them, they're easily reverse engineerable. What do I mean by this? Well, I mean to say that if I took your argument, or at least your line of reasoning, swapped out your points, put in points of my own, and in similar circumstances, and you would not find that convincing, then you shouldn't expect me to find that convincing either. So essentially, I could argue that it's incorrect to have vaginal sex because of all the STDs and infections you can get from penetrative sex. So essentially, I could use your logic and apply it to my circumstance, and I doubt you found that convincing, so how do you expect me to find your circumstance and your argument convincing? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but up to this point, you're essentially repeating your points from part 1, and if you're not, then you're just elaborating a little further on a few select points. And I've already refuted those points to the best of my ability, or at least from the content in the video that you provided. Now, instead of refuting points I already have, so I don't become redundant, I will end this video with a few closing remarks. Argument number 1 from your side was that homosexual sex is wrong because the sperm was meant for one thing and the penis was designed for another thing, so disobeying that purpose is wrong. And I've already said that that's not necessarily true. The penis wasn't necessarily designed so that we could procreate. It was not just designed for procreation. But even if it was, even if the penis was somehow designed specifically just for procreation, does that make homosexual sex wrong? No. Why is that? Because just because it's unconventional doesn't necessarily mean it's wrong. Argument number 2, that homosexuality is a conspiracy of sorts by people in power and people with money. No evidence. Provide me with some links, provide me with some sort of credible evidence, and I might investigate further into it. Argument number 3, that homosexuality is a mental illness, and that has not been proven yet. Furthermore, I will say that homosexuals have just as much choice over their homosexuality as I have over the color of my skin, or that you have over your love of potato vodka. It's not much of a choice at all. In a sense, I will support this argument with evidence. 1, that homosexuality is seen in nature, and therefore cannot be considered unnatural, and 2, that every type of restorative therapy that has been tried on gays to try and convert them into straights has been thus far unsuccessful. Oh, and I will link you to a paper done on this subject, by the way. Oh, and let's not forget about argument number 4, which is that sperm only has one specific purpose, and to engage in homosexual sex would be wrong because sperm does not fulfill its one purpose. And to illustrate why this argument is flawed again, I think I should use another example I should have mentioned earlier. Well, sometimes couples have sex using scat or piss. Does that mean it's incorrect because these are waste products and they're only meant to be waste products? By your token, then yes, that is incorrect sex. But you don't stand against scatology, do you? You don't stand against couples that piss all over each other when they have sex. So why are you showing some sort of difference towards that kind of sex and towards homosexual sex? So this means that I'd also like to add that what homosexuals do in the privacy of their own bedroom, so long as it does not harm anyone else, and so long as both parties are consenting, is their business. Just as it is your business to do whatever you please in your bedroom. Homosexual sex is really no different than heterosexual sex, so long as it does not harm anyone. And as long as homosexuals aren't harming anyone, then there shouldn't be an issue. All homosexuals are doing when they engage in sexual activity is just engaging in an alternate form of sex. There's nothing wrong with that. And it's not like they're promoting children to go have homosexual sex. All they're promoting is acceptance and tolerance. Two things I clearly support. The question is, do you? Thanks for watching, and may the truth always be heard. Peace.